The beginning of my journey began in my ordinary world, a place full of comfort and peace. This was my life at Fundación Aztecas High School. My days were happy and familiar. My family was for me and cherished me in all that I wanted. I had numerous friends in school, and we enjoyed our time together. My close friends and I shared a strong bond and discussed everything even when we rarely meet face to face because I met them online. And of course, my pets were part of my daily routine when I arrived home, always there to make me smile. This was part of my routine before the call for a new adventure came. The beginning of my journey began in my ordinary world, a place full of comfort and peace. This was my life at Fundación Aztecas High School. My days were happy and familiar. My family was for me and cherished me in all that I wanted. I had numerous friends in school and we enjoyed our time together. My close friends and I shared a strong bond and discussed everything, even when we really met face to face because we talked online. And of course, my pets were part of my daily routine when I arrived home, always there to make me smile. This was part of my life before the call for a new adventure came. The call to adventure began when I made the big decision to apply to universities. I was thinking about two places, Tec de Monterrey and SAE Institute. Campbell said this moment is when a hero's normal life is disrupted by a big challenge, and it is like an awakening of the soul. For me, it really felt like that. I wasn't about filling out application forms, it was the beginning of living my comfortable world. I knew this was the start of a new chapter in my life, quite a different one. This new path included a lot of work, like studying hard for entrance exams and going through the difficult admissions process for each university. I felt a mix of excitement and nervousness about what was coming. As I started, I was lucky to receive supernatural help. Campbell illustrates this as an encounter with a protective figure who provides the adventurer with amulets. For me, this help came from different places. My virtual friends were very supportive. They listened to me and gave me different ideas and perspectives about my choices and my worries. They had different experiences, and that helped me see things in different ways and new perspectives. My programming teacher also played a crucial role while providing vital advice that helped me decide on my career direction and prepare me for the challenges to come. The first big test I had to face what was what Campbell calls crossing the first threshold. This is the moment in the story where the hero really lives their ordinary life and starts the adventure. Sometimes there are guards or obstacles at this point. For me, this moment was when I had to make the final decision. Which university will I choose? TEC or Science Institute? This was a difficult choice. I thought about it for a long time because I knew this decision would change my life forever. Choosing one meant saying goodbye to the other option, and more importantly, it meant truly stepping onto a new path. It was a moment of living the familiar and comfortable life I had lived for so many years. I decided to welcome the uncertain path or pursuing higher education, along with its fresh experiences and difficulties. I was frightened yet also thrilling to contemplate what was ahead. When I started university, I passed through a new door of my life. I was excited, but right after I stepped through, I had to face what Campbell calls the test. These tests are like experiences or big problems that a hero in a story must go through. These experiences are important because they make the hero change, learn new things, and become stronger. They also help the hero see who their real friends are and who might be people who make things difficult. For me, this test didn't come as a single problem. No, it was much bigger. It felt like I was facing a giant monster from all the stories. A hydra. You know, the kind of monster that has many heads. And if you cut one off, another one grows. My hydra, my big university problem monster, had three main heads. Each head was different and a big challenge in my new life as a university student. The first head of this monster, the first big problem, was travel time. Going to the university and coming back home takes so much time out of my day. It is a significant part of my daily routine. Reaching the campus requires nearly 1 hour for me. That may not seem too terrible, but the trip home is considerably longer. It takes roughly 2 hours, occasionally even longer if the traffic is heavy. Due to this extensive journey, my day begins quite early. I need to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. This allows me to prepare, arrive to the bus stop, and board the bus heading to the university. I usually arrive to the campus early, and my classes begin at 7 o'clock. I wait for over an hour and attempt to use this time to review my notes or read, but it's challenging when you're already feeling somewhat fatigued from getting up so early. I'm unable to sleep because I'm afraid that if I do, I will miss my classes once I wake up. The biggest consequence of this daily journey is that I feel tired almost all the time. I had no energy during my classes and for the rest of the day. It's like a constant battle against feeling sleepy. I try to focus in class, I really do, but sometimes my eyes feel heavy and it's hard to concentrate on what the professor is saying. This affects my ability to study well after my classes too, because when I finally get home, I often just want to just rest. This first head of the Hydra, the long journey, really drains my energy. The second half of my mythological monster was the feeling of being lost and the challenge of adjusting to a new social environment. I came to this university from a different campus, so everything here was completely new to me. It was like being dropped into a new city where you don't know any streets or any people. At first, I had a lot of troubles locating my classrooms in the campus. It's a large area filled with numerous buildings, and I had no clue where they were located. I recall the initial days I would get disoriented and need to seek assistance from someone, which felt somewhat frightening since I didn't know anyone. Speaking of not knowing anyone, that was a big part of this second half. I didn't know a single person when I first got here. Forming new friendships had been challenging for me, but it becomes even more difficult in an unfamiliar environment where it appears that everyone already has their groups. Even at this point, after some time has gone by, initiating talks with other students remain challenging for me. There are times when I experience intensive awkwardness, and this challenge on this head of the monster feeds on my feelings of uncertainty and sometimes makes me feel quite isolated. The third head of the Hydra, and a very difficult one for me, was the feeling of loneliness. This is connected to the second head, of course, because I don't talk to many people and I find it very hard to start those conversations. I haven't made as many friendships here as I had at my previous campus. At my old campus, I had good group of friends. We would study together, eat lunch together, and just hang out. I miss that a lot. There are numerous occasions on campus these days when I feel quite isolated. This aspect of the monster, loneliness, is difficult because it assaults a fundamental human requirement, the desire to feel linked to others, to have companions, and to experience a sense of belonging. When I experienced this loneliness in the university, despite being crowded with students, it can seem like a vast and empty space for me. I try to be positive. I hold on to the belief that this situation will change. I tell myself that in the future I will make more friends. However, the hero is usually not completely alone when they face their trials. They often have mentors or allies. For me, my mentor support group has been so important in helping me face this three-headed monster. First, there is my family. They provide amazing emotional support. They are always there to listen to me when I talk about my difficulties. They encourage me and remind me of my goals. Then I have my virtual friends. These are friends I talk to online, even though they might be far away. They offer different ways of looking at my problems and they really understand me. Sometimes just talking to someone who is not directly in the situation can give you a new perspective. Also, my programming teacher has been a great help. He gives me advice and tips that focus on my career path and my studies. He helped me he helps me see the bigger picture and understand why I'm learning these things. His guidance is like a guiding light, showing me the direction that I need to go. This network of allies, my family, my online friends, and my teacher helps me to think of strategies and find the strength to comfort each of the monsters' heads. They help me not to give up. During all these struggles, there is something else that Campbell talks about: temptation. This is when the hero faces things that try to pull them away from their main goal. It's a big test of their focus and how strong their decision is. For me, this temptation comes in form of a doubt. Sometimes I really doubt if I made the right choice by coming to this university. When the travel is too tiring, or when I feel particularly lost or lonely, a strong feeling comes over me, the urge to just stop my studies. I think about how much easier life would be if I didn't have to face these difficulties every day. The possibility of frustration in the whole process is always there, like a little voice whispering in my ear. This voice tells me to give up, to choose comfort now instead of going through the hard work of this journey. It says things like, is all this struggle really worth it? Maybe you should just go home. Fighting against the urge to give up my aspirations to drop out of school is a continuous struggle. Each day I face a challenge that measures the dedication to the journey I've embraced. I must repeatedly tell myself why I began, why I am to accomplish, and that these obstacles, these hydra heads, are essential to the process of gaining strength and achieving my dreams. It's challenging, yet I am doing my utmost to continue paddling. Now it's time to fight this mythological monster of university problems and become a stronger, charged hero. My superpower or virtues, my special powers to fight this monster, come from the idea of the water tiger. This water tiger is like my sword and shield. I choose it because what it means is very important to my challenges. The water tiger can be calm, but also show its strength when needed. Like the water tiger, I have two sides. One side is strong and quick, helping me face problems. The other side is more emotional and sometimes feels weak. But this helps me understand my feelings and also to be honest about how I feel and change when I need to. The water tiger shows its strength when it needs to. Just like I need to find my strength for different problems at university. It can also adapt or change with its environment. This is a very important power for university life, especially at a new campus with new people. The water part means being calm and able to flow, but it can also be strong and powerful, like a storm when necessary. This means I can be both gentle and strong. The sun in my college picture means when understanding and leadership. Fire means always changing, and it can be beautiful but also dangerous, like university life, which helps me build a strong personality. All these powers, being calm, strong when needed, able to adapt, understanding my feelings, and changing for the better, helping me fight the monster of long travel, new situations, and loneliness. The final gift or reward comes in different ways. When I was accepted into tech, I got my first gift. I felt more sure that I could reach my goals. This feeling is very important to help me finish each semester and my whole university life successfully. As I finish each semester, I will change and become more like a water tiger, more able to adapt and transform. I think I will become stronger, better, and finding solutions, and better at handling hard times. Every time I overcome a problem, it will be like getting a new gift that shows I can grow. This journey helps me become a master of two worlds. I am not a high school student anymore. University is changing me into a professional. I am learning to use my old experiences and knowledge with the new things I learned at Tech. My actions are changing. I am learning to be more disciplined to handle the travel and my energy. I am becoming braver to talk to new people. I am getting stronger inside to fight loneliness. I am learning to be more independent, manage my time well, and ask for help when I need it. What I learned and how I change is not just for me. I want to use my knowledge to help society. I want my family to be proud and to show them that hard work is important. For my own hero's journey, I am creating a story of being strong, growing, and having the courage to face new things. I am learning to manage my feelings inside and the university life outside. I feel ready for future challenges and want to do good things for well.